Um, Hello, this is the video for reading code. I've just posted on LinkedIn a file about how to make a nice table using RStudio Cloud. As you can see, here is RStudio, my RStudio Cloud. I'll show you how to open it. You open it RStudio Cloud. You can get an account. You don't need download anything. So it's all very straightforward. Here is the list of my project. I just click on healthcare data analysis, and it will open my project. As you can see, I have written everything on a script, and to open the script you just click this little green icon, do a script, and save it with the name of the website you found the data you want to manipulate. At that point, you will be able to have a script, something like that, and if you want to change, you just rename it, and as you see, you can find the name here. At this point, you find this other little icon, which is a notepad, and when you have compiled all your work, you just click on here, and it will compile a nice HTML web page, and you can post it as you like. I have an RPub account, so I usually publish them. So here is the file. If we want to read it, we can read it clearly, as if you have few knowledge about RStudio, you see that okay, as you can see, you may be able to find all the information you want on our project website. I'll show you quickly that you will need the library to load libraries for manipulate data, and here in the RStudio Cloud we have a list of libraries, and obviously if you haven't installed the packages, you won't be able to load the libraries. So this is just a quick introduction. So we are going to Control Enter all the libraries. So we have this function inside the libraries we can use to manipulate the data. If it's needed, we can go through the content of this library on the next video. So in this data manipulation, the author has decided to make a nice table, just something like that, like this, with colors and a nice format, and we do this first things, setting up the colors, light green, green and red, and then reading the file. Here is a file from the hosting in Texas government about different things. In particular, what we want is something about healthcare, and about 4 factors that will act as a comorbidities in some other conditions, and we want to frame them in a table. So we can find this data at the address. I have this is the main one, and then the others are at this address here. You find everything on my post on LinkedIn. And then, so we're going to read this data. To read it, we just name the data frame as we want. In this case, we have decided to name it hosting data. And we read the file, which is a .csv file, with the command read.csv. Then double quote and the URL of the data .csv. Then we add an header equals true to say that this data frame has an header, and the factor are connected with strings, and this is not needed because we want to make manipulation. So this bit here, you may want to add it or not. It won't make much difference. So here is the head of hosting data, and we write this to see how is the begin of the file we have just read. We attach the data, we view the data set completely with this command, capital letter view hosting data, and the data, if you do the command, will open the file in columns this way. As you can see, there are different factors, indicators, and what we want is what is happened from 2011 to 2016. So how this factor have changed within these years. And we have everything in this table. Originally, the table was much different. Okay, as you can see it here. It was just a very well written web page. Okay, homeless count, development within, etc., etc. And what we are going to do is extrapolating this bit here of this web page. Okay. To do that, we just name what we want anywhere you like. In this case, is named I1, and then we take hosting data frame. We just rename it here, and then we start doing some manipulation. We pipe our data set. That means that we are doing works on it. So we will want to reduce the amount, may want to attach more things. So we are just manipulating this data set. Then in this case, we filter it by this column name, indicator name. Indicator name is this column here, the first column, indicator name. So we do filter indicator name, and in particular we are interested in a vector C breaks for factors that will act as a comorbidity. Okay, prevalence of obesity, prevalence of tobacco use, prevalence of a cardiovascular disease, prevalence of diabetes. This vector here, and this is the way to call a vector, C braces and the factors. We want to further pipe and select of another vector. In this case, I need to add multiplier double semicolon, because I need to force the use of this function, as I have another homework. So you may need it or not. If it doesn't work, you may need to add this bit here with the double semicolon. Then, so we have filtered, we are going to select, we have filtered by the rows, we are going to select by the column, again, indicator name, but all the information of the years from 2011 to 2016. And this is this bit here, as you can see. Okay, we have selected 2011 to 2016. Now, and we have done it building up a vector. Next step is again pipe this bit, but then we add a colon. We do add a colon, writing a function which is mutate, and we want this colon as to be the average of the rows. So we want the row means of all these years for the 4 factors. We round the result to 2. A very important step is to remind that we need to remove the na, because this, as you can see, this file it's full of na, so not a value basically. It may happen if they don't put a 0, or if they don't have elements for this cell, so it results as a not a value. We remove not a value because in this case we don't need it, and we have listed and put together all the columns with this command cbind. Final step, and we had improvement as a footer column, which is the an index which makes the calculation of the improvement, so the changes that happened to these factors within the years. So we do just subtract the value of 2011 from 2016, and then proportion it to 2011, and then multiply it by 100. This is an index, and it's the improvement index. Okay, so as we have ended extrapolating the bit from our file, we do run it, Control Enter, and then we call it I1, Control Enter, and we see what it has extrapolated. It has extrapolated the bit here, so